Wow.
All except the Cowboys. That's a real event being depicted there.
Which event?
That's the Wild Bill Hickok's last card game.
Ah.
This is in eights. Dead Man's Hand.
Yeah.
And what year again?
1888.
In Dakota.
Deadwood, South Dakota.
Our next stop after we left the ghost town was in Kamloops BC.
It was rather a quick pit stop for gas and a few things at the local Walmart. We got what we needed, then continued on down the WOW Highway.
Wow. Indeed, it was wow, 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 and more wow during this portion of the drive.
Wow. We drove past a place called Three Valley Gap, which seemed like a really interesting spot.
Then, before too long, we found ourselves in...
Ladies and gentlemen, the Traveling Wildberries.
Revelstoke, British Columbia.
We crossed the bridge around 6:30 p.m. and stopped at the local Mickey D's.
No, we're not huge fans of Mickey D's food, but we do both like the fries and the turnovers, and for me, milkshakes now and then.
I decided to have a McFlurry this time, and Ken grabbed as usual a small fry and a chocolate milkshake.
After we had that snack, we decided to backtrack a little to an area just over the bridge, which we saw on the way in. There were a few possible overnight spots around that area.
Yes, this huge lot turned out to be a great spot.
We parked the RV, then decided to go for a bike ride.
That was really fun, and a long ride, which took us under the train tracks and across the bridge right into the city of Revelstoke.
What a beautiful, picturesque little area.
As we rode past this woman painting her fence, Ken said, "Nice job." She smiled as we pulled over and began chatting. Turns out she was staining her new wood fence a panel or two every couple of days.
During our conversation, she also told us she usually works at the ski lodge, but had injured her knee, which was why she was using this time to stain her fence. And that was also why she said she was doing it in small sections like this.
After a nice chat, we rode back across the bridge to the RV, then set up the table outside and played backgammon for a while, as we sipped a well-deserved glass of wine before packing it in for the night.
In the morning, we decided to get an early start and backtrack again to the spot we had passed on the way here, which was called Three Valley Gap. As we were packing up to leave, we saw this guy pull up in the lot not far from us. Holy Hannah, as Kat would say. I guess that's what having it all and traveling with it looks like.
Going back to Three Valley Gap turned out to be a really cool decision, as it was an interesting place. There was a train and plane museum, another old Western-style town featuring a saloon, a church, a dentist's office, a jail, a full-size old-style motel with a stage, and a few other interesting features.
Yeah, that was really interesting visit. It was only $12 to get in, and it included a ride on an old train which circled around the back section of the park.
Granted, the train ride was a bit hokey, but what the heck, it turned out to be a great way to spend a good portion of the day.
After we left the Three Valley Gap, we drove past this fella on the highway, so we just had to stop and get a pic.
Our early start this morning meant that we were now able to drive directly to the next place on our agenda, or so we thought. Yes, we are set to revisit a place we visited on the way here.
This section of the drive was yet another treat, featuring beautiful mountain vistas and roadside lakes. However, instead of making it to our planned destination, we hit a bit of a snag.
It turns out that just as we were approaching a place called Golden, the traffic started to build, and the dude on the radio was saying there was a major accident on the mountain pass ahead, which entailed an estimated 3-hour wait or more. Rather than wait on the road, we decided to stop over in Golden and look for a place to have supper.
We pulled over in the parking area on the left side of the highway in front of another RV, which was parked at the Golden Visitor Center. I ended up chatting with, I presume, was the father of the family, who told us that they had decided to wait here for the night as well. They said they had been here some years ago and recommended a restaurant on the other side of the highway called the Country Restaurant, which they said had decent food at a reasonable price.
We decided to take them up on their suggestion and drove over there.
After dinner, which was decent, we went for a drive in and around town. We spotted a few places that may be good overnight spots and then came across an RV park. We decided that maybe we'd stay there for one night. It turns out they were full.
A storm was moving in, so we went back to one of the spots we picked out earlier and basically just hung out there till the morning.
In the morning, we took off towards the place we had intended to drive to yesterday.
And that will be the highlight of our next video, so be sure to come back and check it out.
That's right. Ciao for now.